Hi guys, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator in Australia. Wasn't quite ready to go live, but hey, I'm here in all my realness. So happy Friday, happy Thanksgiving for all of my US friends, and it's just a normal Friday here in Australia, but I am thankful for all of you who will be joining me today and watching me on the replay. Hey Kat, hey Renee. See, there are a few of you here already. Today I feel like I've used all the things on the card we are going to make. Hey Jennifer, hey Margine. So yeah, I feel like I've used all the things. I want to use this and this, and I made a card. Hey Sylvia, so the stamp set I really wanted to use, oops, I'm not flipped around. Just bear with me and let me change that. Hey Deb, or should I say morning Deb. Is Cherish the season. So I really wanted to use these two bells here because I've barely used them. So I wanted to use those. Hey Kay. And die wise, as always, my favorite word die at the moment is the joy dies. So I've used those. I also threw in a must have, layering circles. Papers. I have used 5 different types of papers and foils. I have the Wonder of the Season, which is a really cool foil paper. It's got like recipes, newspaper, book print and classifieds that are all Christmas related. Really cool. Thanks for joining, Debbie. I have our brush, which you can see I have basically none left. Our brushed metallic paper. I have grabbed our red and green foil. I have also grabbed, I told you I threw all the paper at this card. You're probably thinking, how crazy is this card? Believe me, it's not as crazy as what you think. And I grabbed I'm trying to get a good angle on this, our Plush Poinsettia, which is our flocked vellum. Vellum is all you have to say, and I'm there. So they're the papers, and I had to use, because I've used all the foils. Oh, they moved. They went somewhere. The gold gilded gems that I will find. And to show you the card, hey Melissa, thanks for joining, is this card. So I did use all the things, and there's lots of foil on there, lots of shine, but the card isn't as crazy as what you think. And I chucked in some Stampin' blends. So that's what we're making today, and I've realized I do need to do a tincture die cutting, but there is some really great tip ideas in the die cutting, so I'm actually really glad I'm doing that with you. So without too much ado, I will flip around and I'll talk to you about all the things while I'm making. So sorry, moving all my bits and bobs here because I didn't move them to start off with because I had a business meeting with my upline this morning. She's running a business group at the moment, which was enjoyable, and had to go to the shops because we're having a major heat wave. I shouldn't say major, consecutive days of 40+ degrees Celsius. Oh, thanks Margine. I was really happy too because it was kind of the last card in my last class without being a kit class of the year. So I was like, I've got to use it all. And I love, oh, this is still backwards. There we go. Move this across. Sorry, girls. And you can see all the things. I'll at least grab the stamp set. I've just got everything out. I don't know that I'm particularly straight or anything today. That looks Okay, before I go anywhere, I'll try and get up my, I want notifications, not messages. And I know I am currently not muted. I am muted now. Okay, pop my papers to the side and I'll show you those in a second. Right, I can see you, you can see me, and I just need to get rid of my shadows. Okay, so here we go. So I hope everyone enjoyed our sale earlier in the week, and our sale was 10% off. I think it was 790 out of 820 products in our annual catalogue, which is just mind-blowing. And the only things I have used out of our annual catalogue on this card are the layering circles, the Stampin' blends, the basic black ink, gilded gems, and the silver foil. Actually haven't used very much. This is very much a mini catalogue card using all the things. Okay, right, you may, I know, yes, I can see myself well. I feel like my lighting's a bit odd today, but who knows? I'm getting shadows from my window. I might actually angle them. So I've had someone in here cleaning windows and my blinds. So that may work a little better. Right. Yeah, a bit of shadowing, but not too bad. Where do we start with this? I'm going to start with just quickly showing you a few of these papers. So the Plush Poinsettia, I have used just the really nice pattern. We also have our actual poinsettia paper, and then we have, I'll show you on this big piece, we have our beautiful holly and winter berries, because you girls have taught me about all the plants that we don't have here in Australia, and that's a look at the poinsettias. I have cut those out individually and added those to a previous card. Loving those, still plan on using that. Hey Barbara, hey Susan, thanks for joining. And we have our very lush, and there is no other way to describe this. This is lush, and I actually think I need to cut into a whole new piece to get some red. I'm seeing if I have a scrap, but no, I have to cut into a whole new piece, which I will do now. And we also have our brushed foil. So this is a satin finish foil. Just look how cherry cobbler red that is. I love it. And then our green is shaded spruce. But our brushed is a very, very brushed finish. So we have our copper. I want to call this copper, bronze, and gold. So it comes in 3 colours in the one pack. So we've got that, and then we have our amazing Wonder of the Season specialty paper. So this paper, we have Christmas classifieds in gold and red. We have, this is our recipe sheet. Oh, and this is a look at, and we all have type print or book print on the back. So we have our gold in our book print. We have black and white on the back of this. This is the night before Christmas. I've used quite a lot of this, so I'm just seeing if these will shimmy back in, which they will now. And we have our newsprint, but it comes in red and gold. and that's the newsprint again. So I've used all the red pieces, but the classifieds are actually really cute. So you got like mistletoe nail salon, like they're proper classifieds, but totally for Christmas. So the girls, when they were making this card, they either had the newsprint, a classified, or this is a news article. So, and they were reading them out, and I found them incredibly hilarious. Hello, Miss Linda. Hello, Mr. Linda. Oh, hey, Cindy. When did you drop it? Oh, everyone's made it. I thought you girls might be all preoccupied with Thanksgiving stuff that you mightn't come and visit me today. So I'm rather chuffed that you have. Just putting a few of these bits and bobs to the side so I don't scratch any more than what I already have, the foil. I just need to cut another piece for my joy, and I have to cut into a full piece of paper that I know people do find a little difficult, but kind of is needed. So if I cut that at 3.5 centimeters, that will be perfect. And if I cut the piece down completely, because I do find popping foil through the any cutting machine, you do bruise the foil in the process, and it creates markings on it. So if you put through singularly the size that you need, you eliminate the bruising on the rest of the piece. So the rest of the piece is totally usable. So you can see here I've got bruising of the plate on that piece, but that's okay. I live with it. But when I remembered to, because you know you're just in a rush and in your crafting groove, you often don't think at that time. Okay, pop that here, pop that in there, and I have showed you all the paper. Oh, the red is so lush, Delinda. It really is. It's, oh, the red, stunning. And I do have my scraps of my plain silver foil, which once again is that satin finish for my other joy. And I have already cut out my layering circles. So I'm going to pop that back away, but I do need my joy dies, and I have used the script word joy die as well as the middle layering piece, which also coordinates with the stamp set. You do need that red foil. Hello, Miss Nicole. Okay, no problems. Perfect. Someone was dropping over their swap cards. Miss Jill was going to drop over her swap cards again, and of course it was going to be during my live, but you can't pop over now. Something else has popped up. Okay, so I need to cut out the joy, and I need my middle bubble layer. I always call it a bubble, but you know what I'm talking about. Just checking. Oh, finished dinner and you're semi-napping. Must have been a good dinner. Hello, Miss Linda. If I missed you, sorry. Oh, well, I'm glad I'm in good timing for Thanksgiving dinner. Now, as you can see, this joy is a bit fiddly. So I am going to use, now please excuse these. These are our old multi-purpose adhesive sheets, but our current multi-purpose adhesive sheets are exactly the same. They're just not from this company. So I'm going to line the foil, this one isn't lined unfortunately, but I am going to line the foil in or back it with this. And now you watch me struggle trying to get this separated. So this is sticky. I don't want to stick my finger in it too much, which I just did, of course, and now I have stick on my foil. So what I do is I literally stick it down. Actually, I have an idea for this. I've got it all over my hands. Let me rub them together. So I stick it down and then I cut. I'm sticking to everything. I hold the back sheet around it and then I literally cut around, and I want to hold this sheet on top so my scissors don't get sticky. Where's my dish? Where's my dish? Okay, miss the dish. Make it in the bowl. Okay, just want to make it so then my plates don't get sticky from this. You'll understand my madness. Okay, and I better just cut this end as well. Okay, close enough is good enough. It's not perfect, but I shouldn't get too much transfer to my plates. So I have my red foil, I have my silver foil. I'm going to try something with this and that, see if it works. It may be a great disaster, but we shall see. Okay, grab over my machine. Hey Joanne. Oh, you had a very quiet one. I think having a quiet one is good in the current climate. Means less chance of things going wrong, if you get my drift. There's meant to be one of these in there, but apparently not. Okay. Machine open. Grab all the plates. Not that I need all the plates, but we're going to grab all the plates. Okay, my clear one here. And you can see I have cut foil on this and it's now sparkling and twinkling. So what we want to do is pop this down with our joy die. And my finger. Right, that glue is now gone. I'm not going to permanently stick to everything. My silver, which is already bruised and everything, but it is just the backing, and the pressure of die cutting will make it smooth again, scaringly. So pop this through. So when we cut this, I'm creating a sticker. Right. Okay, through we go. So we have essentially created a sticker. Well, not with this one, because I didn't need this one to be that way. Yeah, this one doesn't want to come off. Where is one's spatula when you need it? So who took advantage of our 10% off sale? I know a couple of you did, but I'd be interested to hear what you got. That is is all the die cutting that you and I need to do, which is fantabulous. At least I think that's all we need to do. And I will need this. Okay, so dies back on the sheet and the sheet away, because we don't need lost dies, do we? No. I've seen people have lost dies and it's very sad. I haven't lost a die, but I have misshapen or broken 2 dies in my nearly 10-year Stampin' Up! Demonstratorship. So not too bad in the whole scheme of things. So this cut absolutely perfectly in one pass. Just a gentle wiggle out. Gentle wiggle, she says. Right. 1 and 2, and I do need my die pick to get my 2 middles out. So I take my pick tool with the pointy end, or the paper piecing end really. I use it as a poker outer tool generally. So that's okay, that doesn't really want to come out as I wish, but in me taking that O out, I am now revealing my sticker. So I'm taking off the backing, and now this whole joy is sticky. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take our bubble piece. Now it doesn't matter which one I've taken here, I've still got this one in the die cut. Oh, it might be easier if no, don't use your reverse tweezers, just hold the end. So what I want to do is line this up in our bubble piece or layering piece, and just try and center it as much as what you can. And that sticks down just like that. No mess, no fuss. Isn't that amazing? Just by creating that sticker with the adhesive sheets. And the adhesive sheets are in the main catalogue, which is amazing, and I love them. For these very intricate dies, it means I'm not getting glue everywhere. I think I can happily discard that piece. Now, is everyone still on, or are you guys just busily watching? Because the chat's a bit quiet today. Now, this one is definitely not sticky. Come on. Great. Perfect. Now, I sort of kinda had a bit of an idea, and it probably won't work, but I'm just trying to split this. Trying to split the release paper from the sticker paper. And of course, it's always easier said than done. Now, I just feel this may be a disaster, but I have to try it. I'm just thinking of sticking the joy down here. I've got sticky all over my fingers again. You're still there. Awesome, Susan. Okay, so what I am thinking of doing is just, I need like the ends of my scissors that are a bit rounded. Well, they kind of are, but they kind of aren't. Just wanting to really give this a push and a... I know what I really need. I need a stylus, and I do happen to have our scoreboard stylus here. That's really what I was after, and I just want to go around all the outsides to see if I can disengage the glue, so when it comes up I don't get all the stringy bits that I expect. Okay, rightio. Let's see if my method to my madness is going to work, or if I'm going to have a stringy mess. I'm going to have a stringy mess. I am. No, a really stringy mess. Hold on. Let me pop it down here. Oh, that was disappointing. It would have worked if I'd used my non-Stampin' Up! Adhesive stickery thing, but not with this. Just going to see if I can pull it off. So don't try that. That was a good experiment not to try at home. But anyway, actually isn't too bad a cleanup. Just besides the fact I am like totally and utterly stuck to it currently. But that's okay. Actually, that cleanup wasn't as bad as what you think. I will definitely discard this piece for now. Would you have just tried to do what I just did? I'm just curious to know. And I'm going to have to... It is a bit messy on the edges. But it's going to stick, or I could have used liquid glue, which would have showed a lot. The liquid glue really would have not covered the whole area. Okay, now I sort of kinda sorta have a solution. Just bear with. I'm going to take the tackiness. I'm so glad you joined me on these journeys, girls, really. So I'm going to take my very sad embossing buddy and try and just... Whew, that was a lot of powder. But that was exactly what I needed. Okay, now I'm going to take my adhesive remover Meduva and see if I can't remove some of the extra pesky glue. And then I'll use like a barely damp something or other to remove the powder. But the powder kind of does give it quite a vintage look, actually. Scaringly, very vintage look. And this kinda is working. Scaringly. I was just flying by the seat of my pants here, girls. But it's kind of working. I'm trying to be as gentle as what I can, but it's working. Wow. Well, kind of, sort of working. I know, I kind of like the vintage look of it. Don't ask me how we got there, but we got there. Okay, I'm going to grab a baby wipe, and I'm hoping the one on the top is like damp, but no, they're all wet. And the one that I could have made damp has gone out in the rubbish because the bins were changed today. And the lid's falling on the floor. So who of you here owns all the paper that I'm using? I'd really love to know who owns all that paper. Because I know a number of you love the card, but do you own all the paper to make the card? Because this card was about using up my stash. Okay, this kind of now has a bit of a vintagey vibe. I'll show you what I mean. I'll show them to you side by side. One is very messy, one is not. So that's what they look. This is one where just when we tried an experiment, and this one is one where I use the adhesive sheets as they are or are intended to be used. Okay, so these are done. Deal with the rest later, move all the things. Now we're up to assembly. So assembly for this card. So our layering is going to go like so, if I can grab the paper. So the layering is going to be like so. Now my normal thing is I put on the bottom layer and go all the way up. But because, oh, that piece is very little. Okay, we're going to go a bit different. I must have just had a scrap left and I'm going to do that. That looks good. Okay, so I need to do something very different because I don't want the adhesive showing through the vellum. So I am not going to be using my, well, I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus because not only are we dealing with vellum, we're also dealing with flocking. So, and no, I'm not swearing at you, I promise. We want the most stick that we can. So I'm popping on a double line and I'm going to line this up roughly where I want it because I want my gold to be showing, and then I'm going to take this piece a bit further over, just remembering that none of this, well, these two pieces aren't exactly adhered. I just want to see if I can, now that I have my placement, I just want to shimmy this down a titch. I'm marking this with my finger so I can get it straight. Hopefully get it straight. Perfect. It may, is it straight? That is, no, it's not straight in any way, shape or form. But guess what? It will do. So now that I've got that, I can put this adhesive again not covering the piece that is going to be seen, and just put it all along the back of the Wonder of the Season paper. And then adhere this. So we're going reverse. We're adhering our layers top down, which works perfectly fine. So, done that. Next, and I'll do the same with this piece as well, but this piece is the width I had intended. And I'll show you, I had more of the vellum showing on one side and just a peak. And I love how the gold peeps through the vellum. It just looks incredibly classy, and it just really allows that flocking and the vellum to sing. So we have our 2 card fronts. We have our die cut pieces. Next, I need to work on my stamping. Now I'm hoping I do have a circle. I'm hoping in this envelope. No, that's an empty envelope. That's an empty envelope. Oh, maybe we might just be doing one, because what width is this? Have to work in inches. This is 2. It's not, it's a die, but that's okay. I'll just do one, and I'll do another one off screen. And I feel I just moved our screen. Oh, thank you for sharing, Beverly. You don't have all that paper, but you can certainly substitute other paper in. That's not a problem at all. So I have our light smoky slate blend and our colour lifter. So I'm just going to create this shadowing. Just going to move these things across. So I'm going to create this look with just one blend. Oh, and I want my brush end, not my chisel end. So on these images, we already have the shading shown exactly where it is. And my main aim of this is to make it look circular in 3D, because it's a 3D bell, because the image tells us so. Okay, right, so now that that's dried a bit, I'm going to go in with a second layer exactly where all those places are telling me it would be darker. And just along the bottom. This is pretty rough for me today. And then if I want, because wrong end, I would like to create a shine in the middle. So it was just looking a little heavy, and I can create that shine by pushing that marker further into the paper fibers. So I've created that shine just there, because I went over a few too many times. So I'm going to go into the darker areas first with this side and put in more layers. More layers in here, and then I can go over the whole image. And of course there's going to be some darkness here because this little one is overlapping the big one. And then we can just go over in a single layer, just like that. And if you're not happy with those edges, you can feather them out a little bit. I didn't go quite to the edges there, or up here, and I need to do this piece. Not my best colouring, but you know, it's done. Where this piece I have done the colouring in such a way, I don't feel I need to add the shine like I did on my little one. But I kind of feel like I do, so they match. But what I can do is just lightly in a single layer go down, where this one I put in a few more layers. So you can see how that pushes the colour. And I'll show you on the back, because there kind of is that visual representation where you can see that colour has seeped through more where I've pushed it. Plain vellum would be a good substitute. We don't actually have a, got glue on my brand new nails. We don't actually have another substitute at this stage, but you could stamp on the vellum in our white pigment ink and emboss on the vellum. So just a pattern, and you could white emboss on the vellum. That would be a good substitute. You could use plain vellum, or you could just stamp and let it dry. Is that helpful to you, Susan, while I continue with this? I cannot believe I did not have another circle. I just had an idea. I swear I had punched plenty of circles. Now I've got an avalanche, but that's okay. No, I mustn't have. I mustn't have. That's a titch annoying. Just let me check my scraps and see if I don't have a stray circle in there. It doesn't appear like I do. I'm doing very well with my white scraps at the moment. They're fairly low, but I don't have another circle, so we'll just be completing unless I can do something here. Just let me check the sizing on that. I may be able to do just a 2 1/4 inch. Now, I should hopefully know. Do I have... I don't even have a scrap piece of paper. That's okay. All good. We're going to make this work. I really want to get these 2 cards finished. I don't want any more cards or UFOs, unfinished objects hanging around. So that's my stamp. I did have it set up in a jig, but we're just going to go freehand. And the ink pad is basic grey. Now hopefully I haven't gone off screen, and that is just my Facebook feedback having issues. No, we're back. Okay. So I've stamped that. That's in basic grey. And we're just going to have a larger piece of green foil showing. We're just working with what we've got and keeping it simple. So then that way I don't need to get out my big shot again. Or not, oh, pardon me. My Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Look at me swearing. That's Stampin' Up swearing. Okay, oh, that still works. There's just a bit less of an outline. but that still works nicely. I did smudge a bit on the paper, but hey, these things happen and paper has two sides. Okay, I'm going to do the same colouring again. I must have another one of these hanging around. Yes, I do. This is a new one and it's really inky, so I'm going to take my less inky one to get a lighter. This one's almost dry actually. You can see this is on its last legs. Look at that, but you get a different look. My smoky slate blends are always well used, and that just isn't going to work. This one is now bin worthy. It has been used and used, so we are going for a darker silver bell. Oh, that glides so much better. So if you're ever wondering if your blends are dry, they drag, where this is really just gliding beautifully along the cardstock, just gliding, which is lovely. Okay, let's get these darker pieces down and start to create that shadow. So it's really, really simple colouring. I'm only using the one colour. Going along here just to create that shadow. You can go a couple of layers, so this is the easier, more subtle colouring. A lot more subtle. Just feathering that in. And then I am going to bring, oh, maybe I don't need to. Maybe I'm just working at it. Just working at it. And I just need to feather in that very top. Do around that bagel. Okay, right. Both bells are done. Very helpful. Good. I'm so glad that was very helpful, Susan. So glad. I had to sit here and think for a second, but I did get there. Okay, I'm going to flip to my Stampin' seal and apply these to our green foil. So we've used both the green and the red in the pack, which is awesome. And this isn't scented at all, but that's okay. It's handmade, not Hallmark. So this weekend I'm very excited. I have my end of year team get together and I'm making or finishing off my final November swaps. We don't do a December swap because, hey, life is busy enough. I haven't even started writing my Christmas cards yet. So that's kind of stressing me out a little bit that I haven't started those, but I will give my first Christmas cards this weekend to the girls coming to my team meeting and give them, I think I can only use one big one on each. And then we will flip to our minis, which are the perfect size to pop up these joys. So giving them a little gift to thank them for hanging around with me which I love having them. They're such a great support, and I love catching up with them every month. And my mum is catering our lunch, which is awesome. Really happy about that. But it's going to be a stinking hot day, so it's meant to be like at least 41 degrees. So lucky. I was planning on sitting outside and enjoying my backyard and my outdoor area, but no, we will be inside with the air conditioning, which is a bit sad. Because as you can hear, it already is rather hot, and even though we're not officially in summer until next week, you can hear the cicadas, I'm assuming, in the background that buzz all day, all night. Well, maybe not all night. No, that's 41 degrees Celsius. Hey Siri. No, not talking to me. Google. Hey Google. What is 41 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit?
41 degrees Celsius is 105.8 degrees Fahrenheit.
There you go, Susan. Is that a little scarier for you? And just think, we're not in the middle of summer yet. In summer, we do quite get a number of 45 degree Celsius days. Yeah, hot. Thank you, Mr. Linda. It's coming together. We've just got to adhere our card fronts to the card base and adhere our bells and our joy, and we're done. And I have to run into work. One of the long-standing employees are leaving, so I want to go and give her a card and just say best of luck and all of that. So that's my plan, and then I'll go get my boys from school. So that's kind of today's plan. Finish with my dimensionals. I've started keeping my current sheet of dimensionals in one of our medium envelopes because I kept on losing the backings often off them. Okay, they're in there. Right, card bases. Sorry, didn't have them pre-prepared. You'll have to watch me fold a card base, which I know you all know how to do, but I wasn't as prepared as what I thought. I realised I had to eat before I came on, otherwise it would be a card making live with Ellen, where Ellen rushes the end because she feels incredibly sick and over hungry. It happens often, but I don't tell you. Okay. And this. Right. Now, if you guys want any of the products I have used today, please don't hesitate to use the link to my online store. That is what it is there for, so you can find these amazing products. I'm always very happy. No, do not use these on the back of foil. I'll see if this one works. Because the foil, yes, because the foil has a coating, it's not paper, it's like got a plasticky coating on the back. The normal seal doesn't like to grab, but the Seal Plus grabs beautifully on the back of it. So I just have to remember, no, don't stuff my other one and use this one. So that's one card front added. Let's add the other one. really getting the hang of the new seals, which is fantastic. And my customers are getting the hang of them too, even the two 9 and 10-year-olds that were in class, although they did prefer using the older ones because that's what they're used to. They did give them a go and did really well with them. Okay, backing's off. So you can see I've gone a bit festive. These aren't my Christmas nails yet. These are my birthday nails. And I got this cool gold overlay, which was a bit cool, and I did go my favourite purple. A real royal purple. Hello Lisa, thank you for joining. Just finishing off my card. I've shown how to make the joy into a sticker and how to make our bells 3D. Actually, I do, this wasn't the way I wanted to add them, but anyway, do actually want to run this over. Decided I wasn't happy. Just lighten that up, give that shine in the middle. Yeah, that's better. Do you know what? This is feeling rather dry. Even though I'm getting results, I think this one needs to hit the hay. It's been used a lot. I do always have a backup one, so never fear, I'm not without a blender pen. This happens all. Thank you, Kay. Hello, Miss Mary. Yeah, they got done yesterday, so they're nice and fresh, and now I've covered them in glue. The things we do for the pursuit of our craft. Okay. Oh, I did do this on the right one. I just didn't realise it. Okay. That there, that there. Okay, now which joy is which? This is our rustic joy. That is no longer sticky, but it's our more rustic joy. And that's okay. It actually looks really good. I surprise myself sometimes. And we're going to overlap this, as you can see from the sample. Going to overlap this here. Oh, I can only overlap it so far. Just to the top. Doesn't matter. It's just going to be at lots of different heights. It looks great. So overlap that one there. And then we will do this one. So sorry girls, got a phone call. I'll ring them back. I'll ring them back. I just removed this so then I can nestle this a bit further up without having it popped up. So it's all good. All good, all good. Okay. Right. And this one. Much better. So you can see now this joy is sitting up a little bit where this one is sitting the whole dimensional layer up. Okay, empty my bin. Let me find, as our final touch, you don't need to, but our gilded gems. If you were the gilded gems, where would you be? Ah, here they are. So you can see side by side, if I get rid of this backing, that this looks great with or without the gilded gems. I just thought more is more, so I added gilded gems. Tell me which you prefer, gems or no gems. I would love your opinions. Someone put this in the wrong way and it is sort of kind of jammed. Oh, no it's not, but for my fingers it is. Okay. And I need my take your pick tool, which I was using last night, making my swaps on the lounge. Okay. Jelly end of the take your pick tool. Gems are nice. Who would that have been? Oh, more is more. Everyone added gems. They went, yes, it needs gems, Ellen. Go all the foil. They were very happy. It was the girls in my class. It wasn't anyone here. So 1 and 2 and 3. And we're just being generous. Like really. And we want a medium again. Medium and a small. So 5 odd numbers. Odd numbers beautiful. They create, they let you, they don't command your eye, they let your eye flow, the rule of thirds. And I need a middle. The middle. Do you know what? I put that flocking on. Oh no, it's not. It feels like it's back to front. No, it's not. Oh, how bizarre. That flocking almost looked back to front there for a second. I was about to go, oh, no. And no, don't want it directly underneath. At a suitable angle would be much more aesthetically pleasing. Always gems. Oh, you mean Jamie, Jennifer. Jamie would always say more gems, but she's working hard today, so she must be working through her lunch break or not doing it. Sometimes we catch her on her lunch break and she pops in and says hi. Always gems, Lisa. That's exactly right. Exactly right. Okay. So put these away so then they're easier to put away. So we are done. Thank you for hanging with me, especially during our joy debacle. That was a lot of fun. We learned things and we don't know what's going to happen until we try. So it just happened I tried with you and I found a workaround, but I shall not do that next time. Oops, just popping the backs. It helps if put it on the right way, doesn't it? No, still not on the right way. Aha, there we go. Right, so what have you used today, Ellen? I hear you ask, for all the people coming in a titch late. Well, I tell you, I've used all the things. I have used red and green foil. I have used brushed metallic foil. I have used Plush Poinsettia flocked vellum, and I have used Wonder. Oh, let me see if I can get these papers to sit straight. I have used Wonder of the Season foiled specialty paper. The stamp set that we used that I just threw away, I have used the Cherish the Season stamp set. The dies I have used are Joy dies and oh, look what I just found. I found extra foil. I knew I had extra foil. Ah well. And I've used the layering circles dies. On top of that, we have used our gilded gems, and I think that's about it to create this. Let's see where we can go here to create this adorable card. So lots of papers, created lots of beautiful layers, lots of shine, and foil was the theme. So we used the brush, we used all the foils in Christmas colours and metallics, so nothing really competes. Oh, thank you, Kay. Thank you, Cindy. I'm glad I could round out your Thanksgiving Day dinners with Christmas. Now that you guys are officially in the Christmas season, I'm glad I could round that out. But yeah, using all the foils together for all the shine, and nothing competes because the reds are the right colour. The green just really elevates the bells, and we've kept the bells neutral like silver bells. Well, they are silver bells, but they're just grey. So I really hope you enjoyed this card. If you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to ask me. Now, the other thing is, if you happen to want all of these products, it may be a good idea that you ask me about joining my Wicked Woodies team, because all of these products pretty much would equal how much it would cost you to sign up. So if you have any questions about joining my team, the Wicked Woodies, we are a wickedly funny bunch, and we have lots and lots of fun together. Please just ask. But I hope you have an amazing weekend. I won't be able to come on Tuesday. So my plan is to come on Thursday and Friday to play with you girls, because I have an appointment that's nowhere near close to home on Tuesday, so I will be leaving you for about a week. But I may pop in the meantime and say hi and talk to you about a few things so you don't miss me too much. I'm kidding. But yes, I will be sharing projects and doing a few things just on Tuesday. I can't be here at my normal time. So be well. Any questions, anything at all, please don't hesitate to reach out. Have a great one, girls. Bye.